The Red Sox signing of center fielder Grady Sizemore looks like it's going to pay dividends. But if it does, that means that one popular member of the Red Sox team may no longer be on the roster. So over the winter, Red Sox GM Ben Cherington took a kind of a moderate risk by bringing in former Indian center fielder Grady Sizemore, who's had a history of injuries throughout his career and has not played a Major League Baseball game in the last 2 seasons. The idea was to bring Sizemore in as competition for rookie Jackie Bradley Jr. in center field and just see which one of those 2 guys was going to emerge as the replacement for Jacoby Ellsbury. Now, if you know anything about Grady Sizemore, before there was Jacoby Ellsbury, there was Grady Sizemore, and he was considered one of the best players in baseball. And when Jacoby Ellsbury came to the Red Sox and finally made it to the major leagues, it was Grady Sizemore that was the template that most fans and people in baseball looked at as being what Ellsbury could become. And now Sizemore, after a couple of years out of baseball, battling injuries, is back, and he's had a very impressive spring with the Red Sox in Florida. And it looks very much like he's going to make the team and come north with them to Baltimore for the season opener on March 31st. Now, if that happens, somebody from this Red Sox team is going to have to go. We have to make a few assumptions about the Red Sox outfield situation. Number one, that they're not going to keep 6 outfielders. And that number 2, if Sizemore makes the team, you have to figure they want to have Jackie Bradley on the roster. Because if you know Sizemore hasn't played any games in the last 2 seasons, it's very hard to expect him to be a starting everyday player in center field and take over at the level that he was at before he had all these nagging injuries. So you would have to think they would want Bradley on the roster as a caddy for Sizemore for the days that he can't play. And you also have to assume the Red Sox will not move Shane Victorino over to center field from right field. He had a great year in right field last year, and I think they'd like to keep him there to give them great defense at 2 of the 3 outfield positions. So as I look at things, that leaves 3 guys for 2 spots, and that would be Daniel Nava, Johnny Gomes, and of course Mike Karp. Now I look at these 3 players. With Nava, the Red Sox have spent a lot of time developing this player. He's a good on-base percentage guy. He's a good hitter. He's a switch hitter. I don't think that they're going to give up on this guy. Now, Johnny Gomes would be the likely guy to go in this scenario because he is on the last year of a 2-year deal, and he's kind of a journeyman player. But he has been an essential piece to that Red Sox clubhouse, and he was a big reason why they won the World Series last year. So that means that leaves Mike Karp, and I think that this is the guy that's most likely to go before spring training ends, probably in a trade somewhere to a team that needs a first baseman, and Karp is very valuable off the bench. One of the biggest hits of the season last year was the grand slam in the 10th inning against the Tampa Bay Rays off Roberto Hernandez last September that really propelled the Red Sox to win the division the rest of the month. Karp's a good pinch hitter. He's very serviceable at first base. They've even got him working out at third base. But at this point, I think he's the most valuable trade commodity, and I think he will be the guy to go in this outfield mix if Sizemore, as it looks, makes the team. So with 5 outfielders, the Red Sox will be set. We'll have to wait and see how healthy Sizemore is throughout the year, and that will determine how much playing time he gets and how much playing time Jackie Bradley Jr. gets. But for you guys out there, as you look at this outfield glut for the Red Sox, what would you do if Grady Sizemore makes the team? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to